The interviewers suggested that they were chanting, "Let's go, Brandon." Either that's quick thinking on herself, on her part, in order to diffuse a situation that she did not feel comfortable about, or she completely blew it. I vote door number 2. Let's hear it one more time.
All of our partners, oh my God, such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me you can hear the chants from the crowd. Let's go, Brandon.
Here's what the Washington Post said in their correction. Correction. A previous version of this article incorrectly said a crowd broke into a "Let's go, Brandon" chant during a Trump Jr. speech in Georgia. The crowd broke into a F. Joe Biden chant in that speech in September. The error, which was inserted by an editor, has been corrected. End of quote. How did he get that wrong? Now, Alec Baldwin, on a movie set in Arizona, shot and killed a cinematographer with a prop gun. And it made me remember a tweet he sent out when I was running for governor. He sent this out last month. Quote, "Larry Elder is a dangerous idiot. I mean Trump-level dangerous," close quote. For the record, between the two of us, Larry Elder and Donald Trump, I don't believe we've killed anybody. And then I found another tweet that Alec Baldwin posted after a cop shot and killed a suspect who was violently resisting. He said this: "I wonder how it must feel to wrongfully kill someone." End of quote. He said that September 2017. Well, Mr. Baldwin, unfortunately, you need no longer wonder. Condi Rice, last week we played her objection to critical race theory.
Let me be very clear. I grew up in segregated Birmingham, Alabama. I couldn't go to a movie theater or to a restaurant with my parents. I went to segregated schools till we moved to Denver. My parents never thought I was going to grow up in a world without prejudice, but they also told me that's somebody else's problem, not yours. You're going to overcome it, and you are going to be anything you want to be. And that's the message that I think we ought to be sending to kids. One of the worries that I have about the way that we're talking about race is that it either seems so big that somehow white people now have to feel guilty for everything that happened in the past. I don't think that's very productive. Or black people have to feel disempowered by race. I would like black kids to be completely empowered, to know that they are beautiful in their blackness, but in order to do that, I don't have to make white kids feel bad for being white. So somehow this is a conversation that has gone in the wrong direction.
Repeat that last part, you don't have to what?
Yeah, you know, there's a little bit of it in order for black kids who, quite frankly, for a long time, the way they were portrayed, the way their history was portrayed, it was second-class citizenship.
Of course.
But I don't have to make white children feel bad about being white in order to overcome.
Now, you know that the LA Times referred to me as the black face of white supremacy, end of quote. There is a website called The Griot, devoted to, quote, black issues, close quote. And one of their writers is a guy named Toure, Toure. That's the name he uses. He used to have a show on MSNBC Hee Haw. He doesn't have it any longer. My suspicion is ratings were bad. I don't know. Turned out he was behind in his taxes to the tune of around $60,000 while urging people to pull the lever for the party that wants to raise taxes, but I digress. So he wrote a piece about Condi Rice's objection to critical race theory. Let me read you the headline. Condoleezza Rice's CRT stance proves she's a foot soldier for white supremacy. That's the headline. Here's what he says, quote, "Her primary argument against critical race theory is that history should not be taught in a way that makes white kids feel bad." He then says, white children and adults should absolutely feel bad about the past atrocities committed by white Americans. They should feel guilty. They should cringe at what their ancestors did. And he says he's not going to be part of anything that allows them to feel anything other than pain. Quote, I cannot accept a country that contorts itself to avoid causing white pain. I'm not here to help comfort white people. And Lord knows I am never, ever going to center them. End of quote. Sigh. Dude, how many white people do you suppose are happy about slavery? How many non-white people do you suppose are happy about slavery? What is this? What is this? Meanwhile, over in communist China, the kids are learning science, technology, engineering, and math. Our kids are learning critical race theory. What could possibly go wrong? This is nuts. When racism has never been less significant. I mentioned last week the support for interracial black-white marriage, all-time high, 94%.